Okay, well, thank you for having me today. The regulators have made it very clear, in Germany at least anyway, that crypto assets are not money. It states so very clearly in the German banking code. However, the question remains what actually makes the nature of crypto money-ish or maybe not money-ish. And I've looked at that with a bit of detail, and I have to apply one principle here. I find rules quite fun. And I've been taught that by my two sons. I'm a proud father of two little boys. One is 9, one is 11. Because rules are fun when you challenge them. Not so much when you're the dad, it's more when you're the kid. Because let me give you one example here, okay? The other day, my 9-year-old came to see me and he said, "Dad, you only allow me to watch 1 hour of TV a day, right?" I said, "Yes." "You want me not to watch more TV because you want me to spend time with my friends and be social." "Yes." "Right, you also told me, Dad, that I should observe the rules that other parents give us when we're at their place." "Yes, absolutely, you should obey other parents when you're at their place." "Right, Dad, whenever I'm at Jonah's, he's allowed to watch 2 hours of TV. Do you really want me just to go to Jonah's so I can watch more TV?" Well, no, that's not the point of being social, and that wasn't the point of the rule. However, he was clever enough to make sure that he understood the rule to such an extent where he could circumvent it, and that was fun for him. Let's have a look at some of the one of the major flaws that I've discovered in the current way crypto is regulated in the environment of the German banking code. And I would like to present that along the example of what has been introduced lately, beginning this year, the crypto custody business. And I ask you to bear with me for a moment because it will take a little bit of wrapping our heads around some of the legal backgrounds before we can come to the conclusion. Let's first of all come to something that might seem a little bit obvious at first. A custodian is not a bank. Of course, a custodian is not a bank because a custodian is expected to return exactly the asset he received. If you and your dear wife go to the theater and you hang your coat in at reception, you don't expect a different coat back, you want your coat back. And also, a custodian never takes the assets under custody on his balance sheet. He merely provides the service of looking after the asset, whereas a bank takes a deposit. A deposit will be repaid in equal terms. If you put 100 euros into your bank account, you don't expect the 100 euro note back, 520 euro bills will do. And also, of course, a bank will have to take the deposit on its balance sheet as debt. Okay, so as a takeaway, it might seem an obvious one, but we'll need that in a minute. We agree that a custodian is fundamentally different from a bank. Now, let's look at the next part. The German banking code, KWG, provides that, and you only have to look at the red stuff, the black stuff just really doesn't matter, crypto assets do not have the legal status of a currency or money. So it makes it absolutely clear, crypto is not money. Right. Now, crypto custody is defined as the safekeeping, administration, and securing of crypto assets for a third party. That makes it very clear that crypto custody is never a deposit, it is a storage. Okay, one more thing and you're done. Deposit business, the core banking business there is, you take deposits as a bank, is defined as the acceptance of third-party money. That means deposit business always, without an exception, relates to money. Now I really need to be alert because now I'm wrapping this up. How about this? If crypto assets are not money, and if deposit business is taking in money, and if crypto custody is not a deposit, you can run a crypto bank in Germany, and it does not require regulatory approval. That's fun, isn't it? I can open up a bank in my basement today. And all I have to do is have to have current accounts denominated in Bitcoin, and I don't need a banking license. Because I'm taking deposits in Bitcoin, and deposit business is only regulated if it relates to money. Bitcoin is a crypto asset, it's not money. The same goes for lending. I can start lending in crypto, well, because lending is defined in the German banking code as lending of money. Well, obviously that was never the intention. I don't think the regulator ever wanted for people to go around opening banks like nuts. Surely not. I'm not here to do regulatory bashing. I'm here to show that there is a problem with the current regulation, and that is there's a general lack of understanding, in my opinion, about the fundamentals of it. There also is a bit of fear of the unknown. When I saw that the law provided that crypto is not money, I thought to myself, why not? Isn't it that it's mostly the fear that people will mistake that as an opening door for money, for crypto to become legal tender? That's not necessary. That's absolutely not necessary. I think what's happening here is we're trying to squeeze a square pin into a round hole. And I think it's time. I think it's time we let go of that. I think it's time, if there's not enough education about crypto, well, get the education. If there's fear of the unknown, get your exposure to it. Embrace it, because crypto will stay. It is here to stay. And it's not going to go away. And what you can't besiege, well, embrace it. My suggestion is that the law should be changed. Fundamentally changed. I think it would be advisable to give crypto assets the status of money. It would make things so much easier. Everything would be simple and regulated. That goes for depositors' protection, it goes for solvability, it goes for banking legislation, it goes for everything. Just simply give it the status of money. You can make clear it's not legal tender, but that's a different thing. It should be money before the regulatory code. I'm not a legal man. I mean, I'm not a lawyer. I'm a banker by trade. But this is something that I could imagine the law could say. If it simply said exactly the opposite of what it is saying now, that money in the context of the regulation as we have it now is such money which is issued by central banks, but also such crypto assets, and I'm actually using a phrase that is used in the code already, which is used by a natural legal person as a means of exchange based on agreement or actual practice. That's just one example. There are several others that I've found. I think the main message here that I'm trying to convey today is try to embrace crypto a lot more, not keep it at a distance with artificial regulation that doesn't really help. Okay? So, any questions if you have any? No? Okay. Thank you very much. Then that's for me.